We got an email from this lovely young couple. They're quite excited. They bought their very first house, a flip in this great neighborhood here. And it was perfect until it wasn't. Hello, our homeowner, Rihanna. Nice to see you.
Hey, Richard, good to see you.
What brings me here today?
So we're having some issues with the hot water.
Of course.
So basically, if we only need one of us to shower in a day, or we only need to do the dishes or run the washing machine, then it's okay. But if we try to back-to-back shower, we run out of water.
And did anything change from when you moved in, or has it been like this?
No, from day one.
All right, let's see what you
I'll lead the way.
So how long does it take to run out of hot water here?
Usually shower one's okay. Shower two is where we have the trouble, so about 15-ish minutes.
Okay, 15. So this looks like when they did the flip, they remodeled the bathroom, nice new shower valve here, big shower head here, but by code, this is supposed to be restricted to 2.5 gallons a minute.
Okay.
So what I want to do is start by doing a little test. I'm going to take a bucket and measure the gallons per minute out of this.
Okay.
At the same time, I'm going to have you downstairs with a temperature gauge and a timer, and we'll compare how much is coming out here versus how much is leaving down there.
All right, sounds good.
All right, so I use this bucket to prove how much we're getting out of that shower head upstairs.
Okay.
And this marked to 1 gallon, did the math. That shower head's putting out the 2.5 gallons per minute that we thought it would.
Okay.
So what did you get for the minutes that ran out?
About 12 minutes.
Okay, so let's start our math. So we had 12 minutes times the 2.5 gallons per minute is 30 gallons that we went through, okay? So this water heater sitting right here, it has cold water coming into the bottom right here through a dip tube, 2 electrical elements right here, and here's the hot water coming out. So 30 gallons is when you went cold, and this tank is actually an electric water heater that's only 40 gallons. It's got an electric element here, and it stores the 40 gallons. You go, well, 40 gallons, that should be enough, right? Except anytime you have a tank type heater of any sort and you take the hot water out, cold water has to come in and replace it down through this dip tube right here that has a little curl in it. So what happens is hot water's leaving, cold water's coming in the bottom, and it's diluting the tank until it finally goes. So generally, most tanks are only going to be able to give you 65 to 70% of the volume.
You know that.
Okay? So this is a 40-gallon tank, so let's do that math. 40 times 0.7, 40 times 0.7 is 28. Oh, look at these numbers.
Wow.
Okay? You have available to you 28 gallons, you're looking for 30, and that's exactly why you went cold at 12.
Oh.
So what does that mean? This water heater is working exactly to spec.
Really?
Maybe that's the bad news, right? So it's just too small.
Okay.
So if you didn't have any other choice, you could maybe just stagger the use, but I'm not sure why they didn't put a 50-gallon water heater.
No.
But I think the solution for you, with your permission, is to put in a new and better water heater. The tank I want to propose to you is called a hybrid water heater. So the tank itself is bigger. It's going to be 50 gallons, and it still has electrical elements in it if necessary. But what it has built into the top of it is a heat pump.
Oh.
And the heat pump is a refrigeration coil, so now it can draw air in from the basement. So all the heat that comes off the ductwork in the winter, all the heat that would store here in the summer, can be pulled in and using the refrigeration cycle efficiently heat up that water. And what it's going to do is be much more efficient to run, but also it's going to dehumidify down here, and you won't need that dehumidifier.
It's very cool.
That sounds good?
That sounds great.
Well, Christmas is coming early. I'm going to go on a little shopping
Excellent.
trip. I'll be
Merry
back.
Christmas.
All right, new water heater is here. We just got to start by getting the old water heater out, and I'll turn off the cold water feed and now drain the tank. All right, and just need to kill the power to the existing water heater. That's it, breaker 14. Now, I'll disconnect the power line and cut the water piping to free the old water heater. Okay, the old tank is gone, and look, here's your new tank.
It's very shiny.
It's very shiny. The tank itself only comes to right here, and this is 50 gallons, not 40. And above it, this is the heat pump unit right here. Air is drawn in with a fan across this coil, and it picks up the heat from the air, delivers it down into the water heater, and discharges it over there. So now, because the heat pump's on the top, the tappings are different. Remember, the old ones had hot and cold right here.
Yeah.
So now here's the hot and here's the cold. So it's going to require a little more repiping for me while I do that. See this? This has got all kinds of smarts, you know, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, all that stuff. You're young enough and smart enough. You study up on that. You'll be in charge when I get done, all right?
I'll do my best.
All right. All right, I've been busy down here. I've got all of the water piping done. We've got a cold water line that comes over here, drops down to the bottom, a vacuum breaker right here at the top. Heated water comes out through here, now it comes back to the building. We got everything wired. We got it all connected. Now this thing's running, and you can hear it. It's just acting as a heat pump, and there's a little bit of cool air coming out there, and you're in business.
It's beautiful, and I'm so excited to have hot showers again.
Good.
How much more expensive is this going to be since it's so much nicer?
Well, it's way less expensive to run, first of all. You know, I want to compare a few things. One is, remember the 40-gallon water heater we took out? That thing had an energy rating, I think, of $555 a year.
Okay.
And this is about $117 a year.
Wow.
With plenty of hot water. Okay?
Okay.
So there's an operating cost to it. There's also, you know, for every dollar you put in, you get about $3 equivalent energy back out, which is pretty good versus a regular resistance heater. And then there's all kinds of people trying to be your friend. Most states are giving away $500 to $1,000 rebates to invite people to put these in because they really want to lower the electrical consumption.
Yeah.
And the federal government is doing a tax credit of up to 30% on the entire installation, labor and material, up to about $2,000.
That's awesome.
Okay, so that could be up to $2,000. So,
Yeah.
all right. So there's a lot of ways that you can get one of these things affordably. So, a little bit of homework. Did you learn all your smart stuff?
I did. I downloaded an app, and it looks like I can control it remotely, and it'll like give me system status. So I've got some learning to do.
You might have to teach me once you learn. Okay.
I'll do my best.
The other thing I want you to do is just insulate the last of these pipes because we're fighting so hard to make as much energy go into the water as we can. And I've got one thing left to do for you, and to find the adapter right here, because right here is going to be all the condensate that we're extracting from the air, and we're going to dump that to the pit right there.
Gotcha.
All right, but I want you to stay in hot water.
I appreciate it.
You're a great help. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.